Hey everyone, I'm here at Mastercraft Cues up on the Roden Business Park near Shrewsbury, and I'm here to pick up my cue after it's been in the workshop for about 3 weeks. I've had a few things done to it, more about what I've had done to it later, but let's go pick it up and speak to the guys. Hopefully they'll let me film. If not, then I'll catch you in the club later when I'm trying it out. But yeah, hopefully they'll let me film me picking it up. I'll tell you what I've had done, and hopefully it'll make me a better snooker player. Probably not, but you never know. Okay, it's all collected. I couldn't really film in there. I did ask the guy on email if I filmed, but he didn't get back to me, and I hate asking in person, so caused chaos by knocking over a load of stuff when I came out of the workshop, which was quite funny. I had my cue on my back, and I was too busy looking at my phone, and knocked a load of cue cases over that was stacked up against the wall. So apologies to Mastercraft for that. That was a bit annoying for them, I assume. But anyway. I got my cue. I'm still at work technically, so I'm going to go finish my day at work, and then I'm going to head down to the club later on, where hopefully this video will pick up, and I'll talk to you about what I've had done to the cue, show you some close-ups of it, and we'll give it its first test run on a practice routine. So I'm looking forward to that when I finish work. Okay, I'm in the club. There is nobody else here. Well, Kelvin's here, but he's just gone out for a cigarette, I think. So let's get this cue case open. Whoa, it's bright under the lights. Get this cue case open and see what it looks like. I've already had a look at it, so this is not new for me, but I'll talk you through what I've had done and what I think of it. Some good, some I'm not so good, not so pleased about, but we'll see. So this was done by Mastercraft Cues. Mastercraft made the cue. It wasn't made especially for me. It was a off-the-shelf cue that they'd already made, but it was handmade by them as one of their sort of display cues. So I got a bit of a discount off it at the time, but I've been using it for 3 years now, and it just needed a bit of a refresh. So what have I had done? Well, first thing I had done was had it resanded and grain filled. So hopefully there shouldn't be any chance of it catching my beard. I use beard oil to stop that happening most of the time. I haven't actually got any on today, so that'll be interesting to see if it catches. So yeah, it's been resanded, refinished. The other thing I've had done is I've had a custom badge put on. Now that's the thing I'm not massively happy about. I kind of wanted my logo, but my logo was too big, so I just asked them for the text. They talked about it originally being round in a circle, which I thought I quite like the look of it. But then when I got it, it was straight across. So I think I'm going to do some research into cue badges, and I feel like I could probably make one of them. I've got a laser engraver, so I feel like if I can buy the blanks somewhere, I could probably make these quite easily. And yeah, maybe we can have a little bit of a side hustle making cue badges. But the main thing I've had done, which, you know, you can probably take the mickey out of me if you want, if I can get the had a titanium ferrule fitted and a new tip, but it's the same tip as I normally use, a Century Pro G3. To get the ferrule on, it had to be shortened slightly, but only by about 1/4 of an inch, so no real big difference really. They did offer to shorten it, because I did say it was maybe a bit too long for me anyway, and so they did offer to shorten it, but I didn't want to. I'm kind of used to it now, so I left it as it was. So anyway, let's get the balls on the table and see how we get on. Okay, voiceover ad here, so just gonna talk over some of this a little bit and sort of let you know my first thoughts. First of all, with the sanding and refinishing, the cue felt quite dry, I guess. You know, you can feel the sort of bare wood more than I would, because I guess it probably needed a good clean. So you know, as well as taking the lacquer off it, they obviously gave it a good clean. So yeah, I was very happy with how smooth the cue felt. As I said, I wasn't massively happy with the badge, but I take responsibility for that, because I didn't give them a good idea exactly what I wanted from the badge. But as I say, I did leave there thinking, under the impression that it was going to be wrought for Q was going to be around the outside of the badge, even if there wasn't going to be anything else in the middle of the badge. So a little bit disappointed at that, but never mind. As I say, it's my fault probably. The titanium ferrule, well, it's difficult really to tell from just these few shots how much difference, the difference, because it was a brand new tip as well, and I think no point in getting the ferrule change and not putting a new tip on it, but I do think this tip, even though they assured me it was the same as what was on it at G3, I felt it was a bit harder than my previous tips. It felt a lot giving more of a tinny ring when I hit it, rather than a sort of nice smooth clunk. I don't know what words I'm even using here to describe the sound of my cue hitting the cue ball. I don't know how much of it was the tip and how much of it was the ferrule, because I can't imagine that the ferrule would make that much of a difference to the noise. But anyway, it felt like a much harder tip, and I don't think it was affecting anything at the moment really. I mean, this is the first time I'd hit some balls in 3 weeks, so it was always going to be a struggle. Anyway, Kelvin came back and we decided to have a frame, and this is where I noticed a huge difference, is off my brake. That was the first brake I'd ever played with it, and I was normally when I play my brakes, I play with left hand side, and I have to aim like half a ball width to the left of the ball I want to hit. The wing ball on the triangle, and that's what I did, and I missed the pack basically. And actually, it didn't get much better. So this was about a week later in another match, and I did exactly the same thing. The guy I was playing, Bobby, was very kind enough to let me have another go, because I had explained to him that I was struggling with it, and it might take me a couple of goes to get it right, and he was good enough to let me have another go at it. So I did. So this one I decided to revise my aim a little bit. So yeah, I'm just explaining to him that I'm going to actually try and aim for the ball. I mean, even as I look at this footage, I still look like I'm aiming quite a little bit to the left. But that time I didn't aim enough to the left, so I caught it too thick. But that was a much better break. So that's something I need to learn on. It's just practicing breaks is just such a ball ache, isn't it? Because you have to set the balls every time. Anyway, this is just an example of that it's not really affecting my game. So this was okay. That was it wasn't a fluke in terms of a pot, but it was a fluke in terms of position. And this was literally the same frame as I'd broken off. You just watched me break off and mess up my break. This was the same frame. It's a nice 30 break. It wasn't perfect. I ran out of position and I had to make a couple of recovery pots, but it just shows that my QA is still pretty good, and hopefully this titanium ferrule is gonna make a bit of a difference. So let's watch this break, and yeah, I'll keep practicing with it, and I'll keep you updated on what I think of it. I'm to try a few different other exercises. Maybe I'm going to try and do some backspin exercises and topspin exercises to see, because I do feel like I'm able to get more topspin and backspin from it than I used to be able to. Again, it's difficult to know how much of it is the tip and how much of it is the ferrule, but I do feel like I can get more backspin from it and more consistent backspin. So that feels like a nice. I feel a bit more confident in playing screwback shots than I normally do. Anyway, so let's let this play out with some music. Thank you for watching.
if you like to see more of this kind of stuff, please do like this video, and if you enjoy snooker in general and you want to follow my journey in hopefully becoming a better snooker player, please do subscribe to the channel. It's completely free, and yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy following along on my journey. I'm not ready to stop yet, so I'm going to keep going. So thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video, but feel free to watch the end of this break.